guys, welcome back to my amazing channel. I am so excited to come and share this project with you guys. This project, we are calling it the Teenage Dream because we were literally creating a dream bedroom for a teenager. This was so exciting for me. I want you to go comment right now before we even start with the tour. Say OMG. That's it. OMG. Exclamation mark, OMG, exclamation mark, guys. Please go comment right now before we go to the tour. Are you ready? Let's go. Yeah. You have a mirror now, by the way.
I have a mirror.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is your room. It's your room, Angel. Done. Finally done. Remember how pink it was?
Yes, I do.
And you didn't have a headboard?
Yeah, I didn't.
Now you have a headboard.
You even added like extra blankets and pillows.
Yeah, to make it all nice and lush and so that you deserve this, Angel. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, my angel. I'm glad you love it. This is your study. This is where you're gonna study now.
Oh, I'm
And
gonna
write
put
your
all my
own
pens.
words.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna spend every hour of the day.
Basically, I had two clients for this project. The client, the mother of the teenager, and the teenager herself. But I really worked very closely with the teenager who is my client. We're gonna refer to her as my client because she really understood what she liked. She really understood what she wanted and she was so excited. So for this project, we really wanted to have some, touches of sophistication and elegance, but also keeping it young and vibrant because at the end of the day, she really is at heart a teenager. She's still young. She's still vibrant, she's still, youthful. So her room was all pink, okay? Like it was all pink, and I understand maybe her mother was like so obviously so excited to create her daughter's room. She painted everything pink, the curtains were pink, the walls were pink. I think there was some touches of purple as well. Like it was just like very, very girly. And she literally did not want that anymore. She wanted it to be, a little bit more grown. To paint that pink away. She really hated the pink. Like, she did not want to see any pink. I remember in the first mood board I added a blush chair. She was like, no, I don't want anything pink in this room. I was like, say no more. I was like, say no more. So we went with this color from Plascon, which is called a Moonlight. What I like about this paint color, obviously we always choose the paint colors for our clients because our clients, they would just want something light, you know, or they want something neutral. So we needed to make sure that we choose a color that's light, but also a color that is warm enough for a bedroom, right? So we chose Moonlight, and it worked perfectly. The client was so happy about this wall color. For the head wall, we put this plaster line wallpaper. What I like about this wallpaper is that it's there, but it's not there. It's not, you know, bold. It's like very subtle, but also it adds some interest on that wall, so that the wall is not just blank. And then to top it off, we added these wooden slats to add more texture, depth, and interest on this wall as well. And this was such a beautiful idea because initially I was like, okay, let's just do a wallpaper and then do a headboard. But then I was like, no, we wanted to add some elements of elegance, you know, here and there. And these wooden slats are perfect for that because they instantly elevate any space. So the wallpaper and the wooden slats, that's all us. We did that at HBS Interiors. And then after that, we added this beautiful gray headboard. This gray headboard was such a beautiful choice because I did not want to add a colorful headboard at this stage because I really felt like she's in a transition stage. If I add any color in the next 2 years, she's gonna be over it. And once you add a colored big piece, it literally everything else in the room needs to kind of evolve around it, right? Remember, so guys, this room is actually small. It's not a big room. So we really had to play with color and play with space as well. Measurement was everything for this project. We had to take all the measurements, every corner, and make sure that we get everything right. The sizes of everything, we needed to make sure that we get everything right, because when you are working with a small space, you cannot get your measurements wrong. So for the side tables, we went with these very cute small ones from Deco. And what I like about them, they don't take a lot of space, but they are functional and they are there. And also another thing that we really wanted to make sure was that there is space under them so that we can also create that illusion of space. We didn't want to put any bulky material besides the bed in this room because we are working with a very small space. And another important thing that we really made sure we don't forget in this bedroom is to understand the person that's going to be living in this room. She's a teenager, almost out of high school. You know, she's really focused on her studies. She's really focused on her space. She's really focused on a peaceful environment. So we really wanted to make sure that we're going to create a peaceful environment, but also functional. So we had this beautiful study area or study section for her. I made sure, because she's really focused on her school right now, we wanted to make sure that we create a study area for her that is one, comfortable, so that she can study her exams or homeworks or whatever assignments here. A study space that is very comfortable, but also that looks really, really pretty, you know. So what we did with the study table, we put these floating shelves for some deco so that the room is not boring. And also remember, this is a very small space. So when we are working with a small space, we need to make sure that we take advantage of vertical space. So that's why we put these floating shelves, and then put some deco in there so that we don't, you know, the space is and then for her chair, we went with this beautiful one from Superbalist. Listen, this chair I even wanted for my own study. I was like, I need to get myself this chair. The color is amazing. The The quality is amazing and it's absolutely comfortable. So comfortable, like you can literally work in there for hours and hours and hours. It doesn't, it has the back support that it needs, and the seating is so comfortable, and also the wheels, you can move around the room with it. So it was such a beautiful choice. I really, really love this chair. Like, I want it for myself as well. And then we put the study table, and as I've mentioned, we don't want anything bulky, so we went with this one that that's off the floor from Superbalist as well. Color, I love this table. It is very easy to clean. It has like a very glossy material on top, so it's just perfect, and it has these very deep colored drawers as well. So it was just so perfect for more storage for her as well, but also a very beautiful, comfortable space to work in. And then moving away from that section, from the study section that she really, really loved so much, we went to her built-in wardrobe. The one thing she wanted in her built-in wardrobe was a space, because I remember when I first entered, I was like, where do you do your face? Where do you do your hair? So we really wanted to make sure that she has a space dedicated for her hair, right? For her face when she's dressing up and stuff like that. And she didn't even have a mirror in the built-in. And she said, I really want a mirror in this room. So I was like, okay, perfect. So we did this custom built-in vanity for her. So I put a mirror in there, and then we put an ottoman. This ottoman is so beautiful, and it was such a beautiful choice because it ties in so nicely with the study chair. But also it is comfortable enough, but it's not comfortable to a point that you can sit on it for hours. But also remember, this ottoman is only there for her when she's doing her face or whatever, and then she'll just also put it right back in. And also another important thing, we chose an ottoman here because remember, we're working with a very small space, so we want something that we can move around, but also we wanted something that's not going to block the traffic there. She's just going to sit on it, do her face, whatever, and then after that she can always just shove it underneath there so that she can still have that traffic and have that space for traffic there. And then for the rug, guys, literally every room needs to have a rug, right? So for the rug, we went with this beautiful, like when I saw this rug at China Mall, I was like, this is one piece in this room I was not 100% confident about. But then once I saw the curtain, the rug just made sense. Because I saw the rug, I was like, it's nice, but I'm gonna come back. But then when I thought about the curtain, I was like, yes, let's get the rug. And it fit in so perfectly. It tied the entire color palette of the room. So it was just such a perfect choice. Another thing I really love about this rug, it's so comfortable. It's so comfortable to walk on, and I can just imagine her when she's waking up and it's winter now. It was so nice and soft and so comfortable. So we really, really did a number here. It was a head wall. Another thing we added on the whole head wall is I like adding these kind of touches in a space. The client is a ballerina. She is obsessed with ballet, right? So I was like, okay, we need to add some elements of, ballet or ballerina around the room. So when I thought of something to hang on top of the thing, I was like, let's add some ballerina stuff, right? These frames from Mr. Price Home, and then we printed out this beautiful art, ballerina art or ballet art, and then we put them in there. We also needed to make sure that they are not outside of our color palette. They kind of stick inside the color palette as well. So she really loved this. She was like, this is so beautiful. And the other thing is that she told me about, her and ballet and loving ballet in our first consultation, and I made a note. So she was like, oh my goodness, you remembered? I was like, yeah, that it's my job to remember, it's my job to know, so she really loved that touch. And then listen, the deco, you guys know I always say don't buy your deco in one place. In every space that I decorate, I make sure that the deco is from everywhere. We don't buy our deco from one place. But what we wanted to really make sure and wanted to bring with the deco is that youthfulness, that vibrance, that that kind of pop of color, so that the room still says that a young person lives in this room. Another thing that was very important for us with this room was comfort. Like, she really wanted a comfortable space. So with everything that we picked, comfort was on our mind. Like the rug, the bedding, the throws, the chairs, everything that we were bringing was literally, we wanted comfort to be literally to scream in the space. So it's something as simple as, like, when we're choosing the throws, we literally make sure that we go with the most comfortable material with all our throws, and they were just so beautiful. And another thing that I thought was such a beautiful choice was this one throw that we chose. It also, you kind of tied into the scatter pillows. But another thing I liked about it, it had these beautiful straight lines, and it literally tied so beautifully with those wooden slats. I was like this is so beautiful. Sometimes when I make choices, when I go, because usually I buy Deco last, so when I go buy Deco, literally all I have in my mind is what the space looks like. So all the Deco that I pick, I want to make sure that it ties onto something into the room. It brings in something new into the room. It brings in some interest into the room, whether it's with color, texture, or just the design itself. Guys, this is probably one of, okay, I really love this entire space, right? But these curtains, guys, those curtains are just so beautiful. I remember I went and bought curtains, right? I went and bought the curtains that were originally in the original design, and then when I put them there, they were nice, but I was like, something in me, and a big part of me works with instincts, guys. Like, I can literally just feel when a space is not it. And then I was like, I know this was the approved, I know this was the agreed one, but I know something that can elevate the space way better. I know something that will work better. And then I went back and I looked for another fabric. And also remember, we literally custom make these. So I was like, let me look for fabric. And I went and I literally spent half a day looking for the best fabric, because the one that was there, I was like, no, that's not the one. So, and then we found this one. I remember when I saw it, I was like, this is the one. Remember, I get all my curtains from China Mall. There's a guy there that makes the curtains for me. So I chose the material, and then we made this, and it was so perfect. I remember even the mother, when she came to see the space, she was like, where did you get those curtains? They are so beautiful. I was like, I know, they're so pretty. They're literally really pretty. They are just so amazing. Drop a comment down below if you want me to share more of my projects. I want you to say more projects, please comment right now and say more projects, please, because I am working on another project. I am so excited to share with you guys, but I want to know that you guys are really excited about these projects as well, as much as I am, and you really want to see them. So comment down below right now and say more project, please.